Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Courtesy of the Season 4 Reloaded update, we now have a bunch of new gameplay leaks for Warzone, Black Ops 6, and presumably some interesting Black Ops 7 stuff potentially as well. We've got some pretty major updates, pretty major things that have been added to the game files. And of course, the data miners go through, they reveal what exactly is being changed, what exactly could be coming here as soon as Season 5, in a few weeks' time. So we've got a lot to break down today. We're going to start first with a few new operator code names, some a bit more obvious than others. Of course, as always with leaks, as always with rumors in this stuff, nothing here is 100% officially confirmed until Activision or Treyarch or anyone from Call of Duty actually says something. So take everything with a grain of salt. These things could be altered or scrapped in a bunch of different ways. But first up here, the bulk of the info today is coming from Reality UK. New operator code names are as follows. We've got chocolate, we've got jelly beans, so some sweets. We also have Sims, which just seems to be Sims from Black Ops Cold War, so he could be returning as a part of the story here. Of course, operators, nothing too crazy. Sometimes this will tease crossover stuff, and there may be some references there elsewhere in some other leaks, but a couple of new code names have been found in the files, likely referencing the Season 5 operators. Now, personally, what I am the most interested in here is the weapon leaks, and we've got some interesting ones here. For what it's worth, the pickaxe one is leftover, Reality mentioned, but a couple of new ones. We've got B gloves, we've got the seesaw or chainsaw. We'll actually have these deciphered in just a moment as well. The wand, which is really strange. I'm not sure how we're gonna have a wand weapon in the game. Then also the MPUG-40, aka the MP40 SMG, which does seem to be returning here, potentially also in Season 5. But as mentioned, there's also a couple of other unreleased weapon files that have been found via Vondia's POG. So Vondia actually goes through and quote tweets Reality's tweet here by saying, unreleased weapons so far. We've still got AR Aspen, which is apparently the APS underwater rifle, so that could potentially be coming in the future. We've got AR Milan, which should be the Uzi carbine, the MP40, which of course was just added to the game. We've got the LMG Mesa, which is the M60 apparently, and then Reality and Vondi equally as confused with the wand weapon here. Are we gonna have some magic coming to Black Ops 6 and Warzone where you can wave a wand, throw out some Harry Potter spells, and suddenly you're floating around and doing all sorts of crazy stuff, right? Time is gonna tell here, but I'm really curious to see what that's gonna correlate to. We've also got the B knuckles, aka the brass knuckles. B gloves is gonna be boxing gloves, and then seesaw is in fact the chainsaw. This is particularly interesting because we have heard various rumors of like a Gears of War crossover potentially happening with Call of Duty, and a chainsaw weapon obviously would fit right in with that. We also have just seen various iterations of a chainsaw, both as an official weapon name and then as an actual chainsaw in the past, so could just be a straight up melee weapon as well. But some interesting new weapon leaks have been found. Several of these could be for Season 5 Reloaded. It does also appear that we are going to see some new updates for Verdansk coming up here pretty soon, which I think is certainly needed, spice things up a little bit. And several of these seem to be related to the stadium. So obviously back in Warzone 1, we saw the stadium blown open. I think it was in Season 5, the roof got opened up. You could actually go inside the second story. There was the back room that you had to code lock to get into. There were various rewards there. A whole Easter egg for the stadium was there. And now in the game files, there is the stadium boardroom area that's been listed, the stadium computer room, then also the ability to lock down the stadium as well. So it seems like some of those Easter egg based rooms could actually be coming back to the stadium within Verdansk, and it'll open up entirely here. And then you also potentially have the ability to interact with the stadium itself and lock it down and maybe close off windows, close off doors, and seal it up, and either have it as your own like choke point or trap players in certain areas, which can be pretty interesting. And then there's also this, there is QWE Lab Hot Zone. This could just be maybe like a hot landing zone or a place on the map that is trying to entice players to go to it. Could be some kind of quest related thing, not really sure there. That's an interesting note, but it does seem for sure that Stadium is going to see some substantial updates here on Verdansk, potentially again as soon as Season 5, which could be pretty cool. Actually, now that I think about it, it'd be kind of weird. Season 5 back in OG Warzone introduced all these stadium map updates, and now potentially Season 5 here in Black Ops 6 Warzone could do the same thing and add in some of those rooms as well. So that's kind of curious. Of course, as well as we're going through all the leaks, all the new rumors that have surfaced here. If you guys enjoy the video, a like rating is always seriously appreciated, really does help grow the channel. And if you're new to the channel, maybe you have not subscribed yet, we should change that each and every day. This is your one-stop shop for all things going on in COD, so feel free to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. reasons. Also, for what it's worth, post-edit Zach here, by the way. Hey, hi, how you doing yet again? Reality a while back, I think this was right when Season 4 dropped, did mention that according to the game files, we do have a couple of different Verdansk updates that should be happening to close out the year. Obviously, these newest ones added to the files referencing Stadium most likely are going to be the ones expected with Season 5. Typically, the Reloaded updates are oftentimes leaking things for the next major update, which is the next full season, of course. But Reality did mention that Season 5 Reloaded, and then also Season 6 should be seeing Verdansk updates specifically around those updates, whether it's full-on map updates, whether it is event-based updates, maybe revealing some stuff with Black Ops 7, who knows, but there is a lot to keep an eye on here. I'm hoping that they do some more stuff with some Easter eggs, maybe some intel, things of that nature, but the future of Verdansk does seem to be pretty exciting, at least to close out this original year with Black Ops 6. This next leak, Reality originally posts saying something I just noticed this was added with Season 4 and removed in Season 4 Reloaded, so that's kind of interesting, but it was references for the Dragonfly drone, better known as the MQ-27 Dragonfire from Black Ops 2. This would be something that would fit more in Black Ops 7, but then Reality goes on to say there were some other things worth mentioning that were removed alongside the Dragonfire. Could be cut, but obviously could be for Black Ops 6 or Black Ops 7 potentially, and they're just updating the files, so they removed some of them. But this includes a Mega Jump. This could also just apply to what's going on in the Havoc mode for what it's worth. The Flame Blast, the Shadow Break, the War Machine as a full-on streak, the Combat Hologram, that definitely sounds like Black Ops 7, a Mini Sentry, a Grappling Hook, which we've had several references to in the files over the course of the past few seasonal updates, Vision Pulse, and then Drone Launcher. This also sounds like some of these maybe even could be something like specialist abilities, which if that returns in Black Ops 7, that could be kind of interesting as well. Then Reality also follows that up by saying another kill streak. Again, no clue if it's BO6 or BO7, the Combat Bow, but then he goes on to say update, it is Black Ops 6. So obviously we still have a couple of seasonal updates left, Season 5 and Season 6. So within that, with multiplayer, we absolutely could see a couple of new kill streaks added in. The Combat Bow is obviously something we've seen a couple of times in COD, particularly in Black Ops, either as like a specialist upgrade or just as a streak in the past, and it does seem like that'll be coming back as a part of the Season 5 or Season 6 content there. So there's a couple of very interesting leaks floating around right now, courtesy of the Season 4 Reloaded update. In theory, as we do get closer and closer to Season 5, we could see even more stuff come up as well. If there's another potential title update necessary for anything within Warzone and BO6 as it stands over the course of the next month, basically, it's quite possible that we do see some other things leak out then, or the data miners just find more stuff mentioned in the files after they sift through stuff and have more time to really figure out what's going on there. But some interesting new weapon leaks, some interesting new map updates coming to Verdansk, and a few other things in between. That being said, though, that is going to wrap things up for this one. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like on it. If you're new here, feel free to hit that subscribe button on your way out. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.